Coach, a lot of positivity heading into the 2018 season. You only graduate Lucy Chalgren and Sydney Hickerson, and now this season it looks like there's a lot of positivity. Talk to us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I would agree. There's a lot of positive attitudes and approaches to this preseason. You know, just like you mentioned, the only real hole we lose is center back there at with Lucy, and the plan would be to plug in Kadisha now that she's healthy again, and she's the best player in our conference. So a team that went 2 rounds into the NCAA and maybe would have gone deeper if we'd have behaved ourselves at the end of the game in the first round is basically the same, just stronger, because when you add Kadisha, we're stronger. And if you know our team personally, by the end of the year you saw we were starting and counting on a handful of freshmen. Those guys they're not on a roller coaster anymore. They showed up and they are, I think you know what I mean by roller coaster. They showed up and they are ready to go. So the way they've given me every indication that the way we finished last fall is the way we're going to start this fall. So if we can start like that, then I'm really not sure what we're capable of. But yeah, there's a lot of positivity around here.
Speaking of starts, Coach, you opened up the season with home games against Colorado State Pueblo and UCCS Mountain Lions, 2 strong teams from the RMAC. You mentioned positivity. What's going to be some of the focuses as you're trying to get your teams prepared for the home weekend opener?
Well, I mean, focuses are always the same. We have an approach to the game that we like, where we like to keep the ball more than the other team. We're going to change the way we play up front, because with Colleen and Hannah both being sharp, we're probably going to play with 2 up there instead of 1, and that's a little more risky than the way we've played in the past. So I think the approach is just to go try to score goals, and then that first Monday on Labor Day is when we play Springs again. They beat us twice last year, both by 1 goal, both at their place. So I think playing here, that team went to the Final Four, It's part of what makes that game so exciting. I think playing here gives us the advantage. It's at noon in the Texas heat. I don't think they'll like that very much.
You mentioned in the end of season media day, after that loss to UCCS, that, the team was pretty banged up, and now after an off season of rest and recovery, how do you perceive this team? Like, has there been a lot of improvements from just the injuries as well? Because the other thing you mentioned as well in there was one thing you wished that the team did better was the chances, that there were so many chances missed. Now in this past offseason and getting ready to go, do you feel like there's been a little bit of better correction with the chance opportunities?
Well, yeah, that's a trick question, because when you create chances, you're playing well, right? But yes, the most meaningful thing is to actually capitalize on those chances and turn those chances into goals. So we've been doing a lot of attacking stuff tonight to try to encourage that. In soccer you can't just paint a picture that's going to be exactly like the game, because every single picture is different. So that's why we do a lot of the stuff that you saw tonight. There was a lot of stuff around the goal, right, where they had to shoot a lot, but it's a different picture every time they shoot. So some of that helps, and then some of what's going to help is just if we can stay healthy, because you also brought up how banged up we were. We lost that last game without our 4 leading scorers, because Chanel and Colleen were out with the suspension. Hannah doesn't play on Sunday, and what I mean by banged up is Nora was on that torn meniscus. She tried to play, but it didn't go very well. So get all those guys healthy and keep working on scoring our chances in front of goal, then hopefully that turns into the desired outcome.
And last but certainly not least, Coach, obviously, a lot of same players out there, but of course we did see a few new faces. We know that there's Ashley Chapa that redshirted last year. She's coming in, and she looked like she was pretty strong tonight. Talked a little bit about her performance.
Yeah, Chapa was ineligible last year, and she looks like she is planning on taking advantage of being eligible. She comes, she's out here. She's extremely fit, playing extremely hard, trying to lead in certain ways. Everybody leads in a different way. There's a freshman kid out of Dallas named Mia Mendoza who's been doing really well. We might need something out of one of these two new goalkeepers, Adelita Macias or Diana Perez, because Courtney's got an issue with her back. She didn't train tonight, so I don't know if and when that's going to get corrected. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about all the new kids. We're gonna need them to help in some way. I just don't know yet. It's too early, but we got to count on everybody.